Hey everyone, it's Kathy Koliakova with pepperatmarketing.com. So I just wanted to walk you through what I found when I was doing my research and searching around for how far our Facebook page posts and content is actually getting. And the reason this came about was because someone had asked me a question about an issue she was having when other people went to share her page content. So she put out content on her Facebook business page. People loved it and they wanted to share it. And when they did, it was showing up kind of funny. So she was looking for an answer to that question, which I got for her. But in the process, I really started diving down because I was trying to find and recreate something like that when it came to my Facebook. So I was just trying to figure out a solution for her. And in the process, as I was scrolling and scrolling, looking for some page content to recreate the situation, I couldn't. I was scrolling through my newsfeed and I couldn't find anything that I was looking for. So I want to show you what I found and what some of my recommendations are these days when it comes to using Facebook for your business and using a business page, and how a group might potentially help you get a different reach. So I'm on my Facebook feed here. So I'm on a desktop, and I'm going to show you in a second on a mobile device as well. So typically on your desktop, you're either going to be on your home page or you're going to be on your profile page. When you log in, that's usually one of the two places that you go. So this is where you're going to see your own stuff. That's not where you're going to be scrolling looking for people. You're going to have that clicked on your home page, and that's where you're going to see the content you're seeing here, which is where I was looking for this content. And so as I scrolled through it, I was trying to find in the newsfeed content from a business page I liked. I wanted to do this test, and that's what I was looking for. And so when I started scrolling, it took me that day about 5 minutes, I think 6 minutes, before I actually found in my feed a piece of content from a business page I liked. And I like a lot of them, so there should be something there. But here's what happened. The content that came up was either groups, it was friends, or it was ads primarily. Every so often, one fell in there. And since I've tested this out a few times since about a month ago when that happened, it's always been the same situation. Only every so often is somebody actually a page content showing up in the feed. Normally, it's what I see here. So I'm going to scroll really fast here as we do this. So that was a group. This is an ad. You see the sponsored, that means it's an ad. This is a friend. This is another friend. This is another friend and a friend. This is an ad. This is a group I belong to. This is a friend. You guys are all going to see what my friends are up to now. This is a group that I'm part of. This is a friend. This is an ad. You see the sponsored. And so this kind of goes on. This is a group that I belong to. And it goes on. And I'm just going to scroll here and kind of go down, and we'll see how far we can find till we find a page page right here. So I did get one finally down. It's from this date that I'm doing this. It's a couple days behind. And it's actually a really big page. Like, it's a huge page that gets a lot of activity. So I'm not surprised that it's here because it's getting probably more than most. And so it just really goes to show you how hard it is to find feed content from a business page you like. Normally, people are going to see it in their notifications because that's another area that you pay attention to. And it's really interesting because when I look down in here, the only time I'm really seeing a notification in here is from my own page when I've got like a recap post here, or that there's a link, or Pepper Marketing Services shared something. So when my own scheduled posts go up there, if I post anything live on there, it shows in here. Most of the other stuff that's in here is still following that same bit of part of it's a group or it's friends. Most of what I'm seeing in there is the same type of stuff. Now, there are other ways to see content. So you can definitely go to a page. So if I click on this Power of Positivity page and I go to their settings, I'm just going to move my Zoom thing out of the way here. So if I go to the three dots on their page and hit the follow settings, you can make it so that you can see people's feed and content. But here's what typically happens. So you can choose how you want to see it. You want to see it higher in your newsfeed, the default order, or stop seeing it, or turn it off. Frankly, if you're going to turn it off, just unlike the page. But let's say I wanted to see more of this. Great. So I'm going to hit see this more in the feed. I'm going to hit update. I'm at my limit because guess what? You can only add 30 pages or friends, not each, but combined to your favorites, which pops it higher up in your news feed. So when I went through all of this, it really became clear how little content people are seeing on our pages. Now, some pages are doing well. I've got a couple students in my Marketing Mastery Inner Circle. They're doing really well, but it's based on the content that they're putting out there. We were talking about that in our group call, our office hours call the other day. And so it really depends on what you've got set up and what kind of history you have. My page, for instance, I have a long history with it. I have about 7,000 connections on it. And I'm telling you, on average these days, it's gone from probably having 400 300, 400, which is fairly respectable, seeing the content, to about 25, 30, sometimes up to 100, but it's not a whole lot. And this is happening more and more, which is why I've written the article that I did about some new ideas for content strategy using Facebook pages and groups. And I'm just going to show you, I'm going to just do a new share here. I'm going to show you on my phone. And really what it comes down to is how people are consuming their information. Okay. So a lot of it has to do with how people are looking at Facebook and how they're seeing the content. So you, as the business page, have to think about, what do you see when you're looking around? So think about what potentially your connections are seeing as well. So when we go into Facebook, so again, I'm here on my Facebook app on my phone. Just going to move that out of the way. And typically you'll see people, you'll scroll down and it's the same kind of stuff that you're seeing. We've got some ads in there. We've got friend, we've got an ad, we got friend. So again, same type of content in here. That's a group. These are friends. This is an ad. This is a friend, group that I'm part of. So it's the same kind of content that you're seeing on here. And then when you look at your notifications, you'll see the same type of thing. I'm looking at the top here, we've got a group that I'm part of, a page that I manage, somebody commenting on the page. So it's not a page I like, it's a page I manage. And so as you go down and you scroll through here, you can see straight out, there is not a ton of content that's coming in from pages. So the same thing is happening with the reach and what people are seeing on Facebook when it comes to whether they're using a mobile version or whether they're using a desktop version. It doesn't really matter what way you're using it. And that's why I did this idea of a new strategy of how to use groups and pages together, kind of going back to the old way that Facebook was set up when it originally started with groups before pages. And so I'd love for you to take a look at that, read it, see what ideas I'm talking about in there. The big thing that I will tell you is it really depends on every business. So just because I'm saying that right now it's a strategy I'm thinking about doing for some of my clients as well, that's because of what's happening with their pages, with my page and some of my clients' pages. But there are people out there that have pages that are going really well. I will tell you, one of the common denominators is actively being on video on a regular basis. So that is helping a lot, and sharing some of that persona content. So getting out there and being real as you, and that's something that's helping as well. So if you're looking at deciding, is Facebook a place for you or not, think about the reach, think about what people are seeing with your content, look at how you're seeing it from the other side, ask friends or people that are connected to the page what they're seeing as well. And then you want to make your decision as to whether or not, making a change in your strategy when it comes to your content that you put out on Facebook for your business, how you want to change that. And if you do, is something that you want to look at. So I hope this has helped you understand a little bit more about Facebook pages and reach and what you could be thinking about when it comes to your own business. And if you would like some more information on what I like to refer to as the big picture of marketing a business online, especially a dietitian business or private practice, definitely click the link where you find this video. Below it and download a copy of my free marketing guide that will give you ideas and strategies and steps you need to look at putting in place for your business that will help you attract more clients to your business.